Hey guys, this is Brandon's. I hurt my shoulder and I can't work and I've taken a bunch of codeine video. Woo! So, because YOLO, I sold my Grixis Delver deck and built this motherfucker. Got like cyclers for street wraiths, pay 2 life, draw a card. These guys are bigger but cost 2 mana to cycle. These guys cost 1 to cycle, but they're good for manipulating your opponent's library. Four more cyclers here, four more cyclers here, and one bigger cycler because I need one more deck spot. I ruthlessly net deck this whole thing, but here's my understanding of it. Basically, is you cycle all your creatures into the graveyard to draw cards. You only need 19 lands because you have all the cyclers. And then you cast either Violent Outburst or Demonic Dread. And the Cascade trigger means it searches my deck for a converted mana cost below 3 and casts that spell. The only thing in this deck with converted mana cost below 3 is Living End, which kills all creatures, and then everything from the graveyard comes back. So theoretically, I cycle all my shit, so I've got like 4 or 5 of these ugly creatures in my graveyard. Then I kill all their dudes and get my dudes back and attack them till they die. Simian Spirit Guide's in here to do this a turn faster or cycle and cast my Cascade spell at the same time. We also have 4 Fulminator Mages, which destroy target non-basic land. Or, this is the... Basically, without this card, we'd lose horribly to combo. But, fortunately, we have these cards, so a pretty common line of play against something like Amulet Bloom or Tron would be play Fulminator, kill a land, use Violent Outburst or Demonic Dread to get back my Fulminator, kill another land, and eventually just literally hard cast my big ugly creatures and kill them at 3 a turn. There's some land and shit, some artifact hate. Fairy Macabre is used to exile cards from your opponent's graveyard. I'm just going to join this match here. So, for example, if you're playing against Affinity and they play Arcbound Ravager and sack their whole board, you could use this guy to get rid of all their shit so they're not going to just kill you again. This is Affinity Hate, this is Life Gain, Boil kills all the islands, which is hilarious, and yeah, let's give this a go. I've played 2 practice matches, so I'm basically an expert. This hand looks sweet. Enough mana to cast your spells, 2 cyclers, 1 cycler, yeah, 2 cyclers and 2 waves to cast Living End, so we're going to keep this. Pretty sure this deck is just fucking terrible against Burn and probably Effect and Infinity because they can kill you by turn 3 and we don't really have anything we can cast before turn 3, so. But YOLO. And with the Simian Spirit Guide and a good draw, we can make it happen anyways, but. Mutavault. Looks like Merfolk to me. Let the cycling begin. We also have Beast Within as catch-all removal. Oh, that's a good draw. The Beast Within's good because the creature token, well, quite frankly, most of our creatures are bigger than what's produced by the other guy. And the token gets killed by Living End but isn't resuscitated, so it kind of works out to just be 3 mana, destroy target permanent a lot of the time. Okay, what we're going to do here is we're going to kill his land with our Fulminator. The 2-1 Adept's not going to be enough to do much against us. And once we cast Demonic Dread on his creature, we can get back our Fulminator and kill his other land, hopefully entirely mana fuck him. That's okay, but it doesn't stop our hand, so I don't mind. It prevents us from casting Beast Within, though. I think there's no point in waiting around. We're just going to cast this here. See, magic, and now we're going to blow up his Mutavault. I'll use this to get a green source. We'll probably use Living End to destroy his last remaining land. I mean, Beast Within to destroy his last land. Oh, or that one. Jeez, Master of the Pearl Trident. But we're bigger than that, so it's not a huge deal. We can just get an overgrown tomb with this in response. Problem solved. Now we're going to do this at the end of his turn so that he can't get his mana up to Canderous or something. You'll notice he has a lot of cards in hand because every time he casts Spreading Sea it cycles. And he hasn't really been able to cast a whole lot here. Oh my god. 3 Spreading Seas. Jesus Christ. That's okay though. You have him on a very short clock, so... That's okay. We can't really cast this, so I'm inclined to cycle it, and then we might cast Violent Outburst next turn. Hey, we have all our colors again, that's good. Yeah, he's at a low enough life total. I'm just going to cast a Simian Spirit Guide. And if an emergency comes up, we can just Violent Outburst. Man, this guy drew 7 lands this turn. That's remarkable. Okay, in our graveyard we have 3 creatures, and he only has 2 crappy creatures, so I think we are going to Violent Outburst at end of turn. Yeah, we can't do that quite yet, it turns out. That's okay. Yeah, we'll cycle this, and then we'll get the rest going. And once again, we're going to do this on our turn to prevent him from holding up counter magic. Boom! Wrecked. This guy's so wrecked. Ha! Okay, the things we care about the least are Curse Catcher, We don't want the Mirror Jace, so we're going to put that on top first, then the Adept, then the Curse Catcher. You can have your crappy 1/1. Okay, just to note, we've cast Living End twice and we have one in our hand, so effectively we have no more Living Ends. Violent Outburst and Demonic Dread will just do what the card text says at this point. Which is pretty good. It'll probably let us swing for lethal. Yeah, we can swing for lethal here. So we're going to start with Demonic Dread on that guy. Come on, math. Okay, to kill merfolk most effectively, I think what we need to bring in here is, well, Boil's our spiciest meatball, I think. Yeah, we want Boil. I think Beast Within's pretty good. We're going to cut one of our cyclers here. I think a Shriek Maw is going to be pretty useful. I don't really think we need the fairies to get more stuff out of his graveyard, because I don't think there's going to typically be a lot there. So yeah, I think Shriekmaw and a Boiler are the only changes we want to make. Dismember can be okay, but they have a lot of counter magic against standard removal, so I think this is going to be better. I know Merfolk decks run Spell Pierce sometimes, so we need to watch out for being blown up by that card. I think this is keepable. We have all our color sources, 2 cyclers, so if we draw any of our 8 cascade spells over the next 5 draw steps, we'll be in pretty good shape. Because we'll get extra draw straps into these guys, so I'm going to keep. See, there we go. Oh wow, I'm fucking out of it. I only have 1 cycler. That's not as good. Black, yeah, that's the one. Boom. More land. Fuck yeah. Oh, that's better draw. Okay, I think we'll use this to get a green-black source. I think he probably has a pretty good, a lot of, like, good 3 and 4 drops if the only thing he had to do in turn 2 was cast a activate Mutavault. Then maybe he's trying to not overextend into Living End. Probably just waiting to Spreading Seas us again. That's a good card. We don't care about our life total that much, but this matchup often turns into a race, so I think it's important to be wary of that. I think we're going to block before we blow up the land this turn. Well, if we're being tapped, we're going to blow up that. I'm not entirely certain what his white splash is for. Maybe Path to Exile. I think there's a reasonable chance he activates this Mute Vault and just swings in for 5. Or that. Yeah, we're going to get him here pretty good, I think. Yeah, we're going to use Demonic Dread and just go to town. If he's smart, he'll sacrifice his Curse Catcher. Gets one guy back. We get 2, so that's good. Well, I think we're just gonna have to assume. Fuck. Misclicked. Okay. Well, he's gonna draw a Lord of Atlantis after a Dispel, apparently. But on the bright side, we can kill his Mutavault, so that'll slow him down. Interestingly, his Dispels don't work against our Violent Outburst because... that's okay. He'll just cycle it. Because the spell Living End itself is actually sorcery. So he's kind of mana screwed here. But our Beast Within's gonna get beat up. I think we gotta let him go to next turn to get a few more cycles going on, because we're only gonna get 2 creatures back right now, and that's not really enough. Yeah, so we're gonna pass the turn and just do it that way. Well, let's cycle a little bit more first. Let's see what we get. That's something to hold in our hand to cast main phase after doing the living end stuff. Do you believe? Okay, so he's drawn his Lord of Atlantis and he can vial it in. He has a Dispel, and next turn he's going to draw a Dispel as well. I don't think our Beast Within's ever going to be especially useful, so I think we're going to use it now to draw out some of his magic. Next turn we can tilt Architect and still have lots of mana up to pay for his assorted bullshit. He might not realize this spell doesn't work against living ends, so... Yeah, I think we're going to do this now. Well, shit. Okay. I think he's just got a Dispel in hand. He's going to have another Dispel, so our instants are going to lose our viability here. We can hard cast Shriekmaw next turn. I think we cast the Fulminator Mage here. Yeah, we'll let that happen. We can hard cast the Weaver next turn, I think, which is pretty funny. It's not great to be at this low of a life total. I suspect he has a Master of Waves if he's taking up to 4. Because his hand has 2 Dispels and presumably wasn't a 3-drop, or he would have thrown it in this way. Looks like, yeah, he's got a Master of Waves. The devotion will only be 3, so only 3 elementals, which is nice. Hello. Modern, the format of hard casting 7 mana 5/6s with reach. I think I want to kill that. Here comes Master of Waves. Oh, that's that. Oh, I guess I lose now. YOLO. Wait, where'd he get us? Oh, the Spreading Seas Devotion. Shit. Yeah, he wins. Shouldn't have attacked there, I guess. Okay, game 3. That wasn't great. He's got a lot of counter spells. So I think I won a couple of ricochet traps actually here. Not 4, that's too many, but I think 2 is reasonable. Okay, what did I change them for? Shriek Maw was pretty good. I'm going to cut one Fulminator, because he does have mostly islands in all fairness, and Boyle gets there. And Beast Within too. He's got so much counter magic, it makes the instant there much worse. Okay, let's give this a try. Yeah, I'll go first. No lands, no good. Well, this is unfortunate. No lands again. And to 5 we go. Well, if we're going to keep 5, that's a pretty good 5. So we're going to... Yeah, we'll put that on top. Turn 3 Violent Outburst, turn 4 Boil. Yeah, I can do that. Turn 4 Boil, unfortunately. You always tap the non-black source first because this card won't work off that one. So if I would have tapped this first to cycle the Deadshot Miniature, it wouldn't have really worked. Oh, that's a bad draw. We never want to draw a living end, really. But 3 damage isn't very much, so... I think we cast Demonic Dread here to make him sack his Curse Catcher. It's okay. If we can slow him down a bit and get rid of his answers, we're going to be in much better shape to win through these 2. Yeah. This is where we Violent Outburst, because we're in pretty good shape after catching this, I think. I prefer to get another card in the graveyard, but we gotta be fast against him. Oh, perfect. We don't really want to give him white, so we're going to do that last. You can have an island, sir. With any luck, he just chumps with it. Then we can boil away his lands pretty soon. Or Silvergill Adept. So he drew Cavern of Souls. I don't think there's any way his Curse Catcher is going to die, so I think we're going to cycle now so we can see what else we're going to get. Okay, that's fine. One more land into Boil would be pretty game ending for him, I think. Good old Master of Waves. Drawing a way to kill the Master would be pretty helpful here. We're dead and bored because he can just swing with everything. We don't have quite enough blockers. Let's see what he does. Oh, especially when you take the Muted Vault into play. If he screws up and sacks his Curse Catcher, we'll be able to stay alive. I don't think he will, but it's... Gotta play to your outs. That was really satisfying, all the islands dying. Yeah, we're so fucking dead, though. In retrospect, I should have put in more, like, Shriek Mods and stuff. But YOLO. GG's. I don't think it's a bad matchup. I think I probably just played poorly. I think maybe and didn't have the best draws. I guess mulling to 5 inherently puts you pretty far behind. But I wonder if I should have held on to my first cast of Demonic Dread into Living End for a bit longer. Ah well, that's how she goes.